welcome to the Shelly Studio, and here is my mission inspiration video for June. You are receiving it a little late. I got it done in June, but not completed with the editing before June was over. So we're in July, but that's okay. The first step was to add food labels. The actual prompt said food tin labels. Not that I eat out all the time, but I really didn't have any food packaging except for cereal boxes, and I didn't really want to use them. And I was at a restaurant, some of you might know it, Red Robin, and they put their fries in this thing, and they have this little deli paper underneath it, and I thought it was so cute. I asked them if I could have some clean deli paper, and they gave me a whole stack. And so we are using that on this particular step. And then the other day I was at the Olive Garden and they handed me a straw for my drink, and it was wrapped in these green polka dot papers. And of course I had to save them and save everybody else's straw papers as well, so I would have enough to finish my little collage here. So those are my food wrappers. Anyways, I thought the polka dots were totally cute. But I didn't really want a food focused page, so the next prompt is add a thin coat of gesso, and I do that. And then I don't think it's enough, so I put it on and just kind of scrape, just really trying to mute down what is in the background. And then the next prompt is to add marks from household items. Well, I couldn't really find anything unusual, so I went with dental floss. That's a household item, right? You find it in your house. So we are going to make marks with paint on a dental floss. This video could possibly qualify for a Hot Mess Monday video, but the plan is to do it on my Saturday upload. I think I get a little too carried away with the dental floss. In my mind, I'm making a border. And of course, as usual, I have no idea what I'm really going to do out of this page. I'm just following the prompts and trying to keep to a color theme because of what I've put in the background. That's why I picked green for the dental floss. I've seen people do this with string, so I figured it would work. And it does make interesting marks. I think I just go too far. So the next one was add splatters or drips of paint, and I thought mine was busy enough, so I just basically splattered a little bit in one corner and let it kind of fly across the page, and what got wherever got wherever. Okay, now the next prompt is to collage words from magazines. So I pulled out one of my HGTV magazines and pulled out all of the words that were kind of bold, and they all seemed kind of expressive. I thought that was kind of fun. So I am using them across one side, kind of as a focal element, though I do add an actual focal element. But I think I like the words better. So you can use it. How special, fun stuff over style. Style help. Pop color. Right on. Alright, so the next was add a focal image, and so I really didn't have anything that I wanted. I decided I would make yet another attempt at a face. I have done better than this. This one is kind of scary. Sorry. Yeah, so here I'm sketching it out. And just roughing in the basic shape. I think her face gets a little too fat. So I'm just putting in some white, kind of, it's vanilla color, just kind of covering up all the busyness going on behind. And I really do think I need to take a ruler and get a straight line when I do eyes, because her eyes are slanting a little bit, and not in a good way. So I try adding a little bit of pink to start doing the shading, but you can't really see it at all. So I go with peach and get some really strong marks going. You know, when family members see the faces I do, they kind of laugh a little. Well, so do I guess. I did one, it's not on the video. Somebody asked me if I was trying to be like Picasso. I'm like, no. Just because her eye is going like the wrong way. I was not trying to copy Picasso. But at least I keep trying. Now it was kind of hard. The surface of the paper I was painting on was extremely rough, and you can see the wrinkles and the lumps, especially the line in the forehead area. She ends up looking like she's got a really big wrinkle up there, just because of all the collage elements underneath and the dental floss paint. It was kind of had ridges to it. Trying to give her eyelids now. I should have made her eyes smaller while I was putting the eyelid in. Her eyes are so big. Well, I kind of like big eyes, but yeah. I decided I'd give her bright red lips. Go with the red color theme we've got going. The red and green. I tried not to make it look too Christmassy, even though I had red and green on there. Teal blue eyes. So I like blue eyes. I did speed this video up a whole bunch because it was a really long one. So sorry if it is too long. It does go a little over 15 minutes. Heck, when I add the pictures at the end, it might hit 16. My attempted eyebrows. And then we're gonna give her some hair. Maybe cover up some of the flaws on her cheeks and her fat chin with hair. I found Gecko when I was cutting out the words and decided he needed to be on my page somewhere. At the time I didn't know I was doing a face, but he can be peeking out from behind her hair. color I'm using, the one was Brown Velvet, and this is, I think it says Sunflower Yellow. They're both Craft Smart. Add a little yellow to her eyebrows. I decided I need to shade around the eyes. Now you can really tell that her eyeball is slanted. And I'm just activating, that's the General Sketch and Wash pencil. Just activating that to create a little shading. Just fixing her up a little bit. I decided to try and move her light eyeball down a little bit, but it doesn't really work too well. Now the next prompt was to glue small paper circles randomly. Well, I don't do it very random. I start sticking them in her hair, and because I thought my background was way too busy already. So I'm sticking these down, and then I'm like, well, maybe I should just make her whole head of hair these little paper circles. And so I cover her entire head of hair with all these circles. Needless to say, I don't like it. But I figured her face was weird, so she should have weird hair. So I used a glue stick, but it wasn't holding very well, so I figured I'd put some matte medium down on there to hold them, and then I am filling in the gaps with more of my random paper circles. I decided to get everywhere covered. It'd be like rollers in her hair or something, I don't know. I honestly don't know what I was thinking, because it looks really weird. I think I was thinking my page was weird already. Okay, so there it is, a little bit dry. While it's drying, I am going and defining her eye a little bit, hoping that adding eyelashes might help a little bit. It does help a little bit. I decided I hated those circles, so I am painting her hair over the top of them. So much for that mission prompt. Gotta be careful of the gecko. Okay, so the next prompt was add a stenciling, and I decided I didn't want more color because of all the stuff going on, so I am just using white gesso, and I am stenciling with white gesso. So the pattern is very subtle and kind of actually calms down the page just a little bit, I think. A little bit. Unless you look really closely. I'm just avoiding my words. Now the next one was to add stamping. So I decided I would stamp with a toilet paper roll. And look, we brought the busyness right back into my page. Such a busy page. And the next one was add doodles. I didn't really want to draw a lot on it, so I decided my doodling would be outlining all the word blocks that I have glued on there to make them pop out a little bit from the background. and give them more prominence. And of course the little gecko. And give her a little highlight in the eye. And just inking around the edges to make it look kind of finished. And there we have it. Mission Inspiration for June completed. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please hit like. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.